Hello friends of the channel, welcome to a new video. This time I bring you the legend of two sisters and a brother. They are about the Pincoya, the Chilota mermaid and the Pincoy, sons of the Mililobo and a good chula. I hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you don't miss the next videos. Well, let's start. The Pincoya. La Pincoya is an imaginary marine creature belonging to the mythology of Chiloé in southern Chile. She has the appearance of a very beautiful young woman with long blonde hair. Unlike the Chilota mermaid, who has a fishtail, she has a completely human appearance. The myth says that it appears from the depths of the sea, semi-dressed, in a sargassum suit, to dance on the beaches, and that, through the orientation of its dance, it signals whether the fishing will be abundant or scarce in the season that is coming. Looming myth. Born from the union of the Mililobo and Bunchula, the myth says that when the Hunchula returned to her mother's house, where she had left her daughter, she verified that her mother's curiosity made her look at the baby that she should not be looked at by any mortal being, and it had been transformed into crystal clear water. Seeing her transformed, invaded by tears and despair, she took the vessel and ran desperately towards the beach to empty its contents into the waters of the sea. And then, advancing into the ocean, she called her husband the No-Wolf. Between sobs and tears, she told him what happened with her daughter. As soon as she had finished pronouncing the last sentence of her story, she saw emerging from the waters and approaching her, a delicate boat, similar to a limpet, carrying her missing daughter inside, now turning into a beautiful young woman, whom she gave Pincoya's name. So the whole family went to live at the bottom of the sea, in the Mililobo palace. At the bottom of the sea, the Pincoya later married her brother, named Pincoy, and helps take care of her father's kingdom. Since that day, the multiple varieties of fish and shellfish that the Mililobo generously offers to the Chilote people, along with the crops in seas and beaches, are carried out through the hands of his favorite daughter, the Pincoya, who to fulfill her work, dance a song that the Pincoy sings. The Chilotes, especially the fishermen, tell in their legends that when the Pincoya performs its delicate dance towards the sea, it means that fish and shellfish will abound in those seas. On the other hand, if it does it towards the land, generally because the inhabitants have committed some offense against the sea, it tells them that for the coming season the aforementioned products will be scarce, and for this reason it will be necessary to search for them on distant beaches and seas. However, when scarcity arrives, and in certain regions it lasts for a long time, due to the absence of the Pincoya, it is possible to bring it back, and with it, abundance, through a special ceremony. Another task of the Pincoya is to help the shipwrecked Chilotes. Thus, the sailors always find the Pincoya next to them, who quickly comes to their aid. If for superior reasons she does not achieve her purpose of saving them, helped by her brothers, the Chilota siren and the Pincoy, she tenderly transports the bodies of the dead Chilotes to the Calica, where they will revive as crew members of the ghost ship into a new existence of eternal happiness. In the book on the mythology of Chiloé, a compilation of stories, legends and magical beliefs, obtained from the oral tradition of the Chiloé archipelago, by Renato Cardenas, the following is indicated regarding the origin of this mythological being. A year after being kidnapped by the Mililu, the young Wenjula returns to her maternal home, with a little bundle in her lap, which she does not allow anyone to look at, but her mother, the Wencher, cannot resist the temptation, and at the first carelessness she uncovers his grandson, and the creature becomes crystal clear water. The Wenchula, upon finding a pool of water in the trough where she had left her son, deposits that liquid in the domain of the Mililobo, and this substance becomes a very beautiful adolescent, with long golden hair of charms and incomparable sweetness. Since then, the Pincoya reigns in the sea together with its parents, protecting it, planting it and rescuing the shipwrecked. He dresses in seaweed and his favorite food is flaxseed. Its presence on a rock or planting on a beach with its face turned towards the sea, is a sign that this site will be prodigal in shellfish and fish. Unlike the mermaid, the Pincoya does not have a fishtail and human legs. Chilota mermaid. The Chilota mermaid is an aquatic being, belonging to the mythology of Chiloé. Possibly its origin is due to the union of the myth of the mermaids, of European mythology, and as a sample of Mapuche mythology. Appearance. The Chilota mermaid is characterized by having a half fish and half woman body. Her human part would look like a very beautiful teenager, with long golden hair like gold and incomparable charm and sweetness. The fish part would have scales of a golden color. Legend. The Chilotes, especially the fishermen, telling their legends that the Chilota mermaid would be the youngest daughter of Vanillalobo and the good pimp. Entrusted by her father, she would have the task of taking care of all the fish as a shepherd of them. He would also help his brothers, the Pincoya and the Pincoy, to take the bodies of the drowned people to the Chilota so that they revive and be happy. This beautiful mermaid would commonly live near Litek Island, and on moonlit nights, if the sailor is lucky, he can see the Chilota mermaid sitting on the rocks and with her golden comb combing her golden hair. But this mermaid should be watched from afar, as she would be singing love songs that attract sailors. Likewise, on some occasions it can be seen swimming near the boat of a fisherman who is to his liking, to whom he would provide abundant fishing, to try to get the fisherman to repay the gift with his love. A man who approaches her attracted by her great beauty, immediately falls under the beautiful spell of this mermaid, and even if he tries to get away from her after realizing that she has a part of a fish, the mermaid will cry, and among her tears she will tell her sad story of loneliness until she manages to seduce the man. After being attracted, the Chilota mermaid uses her spells to take them to the bottom of the sea, to the palace of the seas, where she lives with her family. If the man has submerged underwater, due to the spells received, he will no longer be able to return to his old life on earth, but in exchange for living with the Chilota mermaid, the man will receive immense riches. The men who, for various reasons, the Chilota mermaid no longer wants, are released, and if they have come to have relations with her while at sea, then, by forming a new home on earth, the product of their relationship and the effect of the spells received, their descendants will be born with a fishtail. The whole town found out that this man was with the Chilota mermaid in popular culture. The Chilota mermaid has an important role in the Chilota film, where the protagonist Isabel Villalobos appears closely linked to her as a result of a family origin associated with favors from the insular ghost ship, the Pincoy. Son of Villalobos, he has the body of a large seal, shiny silver in color, with a beautiful and manly human face, sporting thick golden mane. He is the administrator in his father's domains, severe inspector of the faithful fulfillment of his mandates, diligent watchman of the normal development of all the processes that take place in the seas, especially those related to the reproduction of fish and other inhabitants of the sea. He is always attentive to the activities of his sisters, the Pincoya and the mermaid, whom he helps and protects. A great admirer of beautiful women, he goes from time to time to the gray beaches of an island to contemplate the attractive forms of a beautiful woman who is shellfishing in the deep waters. His actions do not always stop at the mere contemplation of beauty. Quite often he manages to win the favors of a girl. On the island of Aleo, it is said that in the house where a girl who was admired as beautiful lived, a child with the head of a seal was born who only lived a few hours and whose paternity was blamed on the Pinco, and, although on her part, it was not possible to obtain any information about it. On Tak Island, so low that from a distance it seems to be under the waves, in a hollow of the sea, the case of a girl who had a strange birth, giving birth to a seal that she kept hidden for a long time and that at one time was discussed. Carelessness of his mother ran to get lost in the sea. Fishermen from Jingwa Island, famous for their seafaring trials, tell of having seen the Pincoy during their fishing activities, swimming at extraordinary speed, shining like silver lightning at a short distance from their boats. The girls who have seen him up close, faithful to his promise, only exceptionally report very vague information about him. All the versions coincide in saying that he is very beautiful, attractive, and that he likes music, feeling a very special attraction for the one that produces the flute made of hummingbird. To this hobby he surely owes his name, Pincolo, equal to flute. Between the Pincola and the Pincoy there is a rare union. The story points them out as brothers and husbands at the same time. These facts could be explained as a duplication of the same legend, of the marriage of the Villalobos with the good Chula. They would therefore be the same characters, acting split or confused in another legend. Perhaps it is a single character, the spirit of fertility, acting in its two manifestations of female and male. Only conjectures, but that are worth as an explanation, of the strange union of these two mythological beings.
Amigos, muchas gracias
by watching my videos. I hope you liked it. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Share with your friends on social networks. I would appreciate it if you hit the like button and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next one's videos.